Welcome everyone to this year's Curriculum Review information session, and thank you for taking the time to come along and find out what it's all about. This is an opportunity to plan ahead, and for young people it's a really exciting time to contemplate what it is that they might want to do when they leave school and think about the subjects that they want to take to the next level. I'm also very aware that for some young people and families this can be a worrying time. And there may be questions like, I don't know how it works, I don't know what subjects to take, or how many. But please don't worry, this is the start of a process, and we have so many experienced staff to guide you through it, and even a dedicated website. We want to make sure that the choices that we all make together are the right ones for each and every individual.
So, I'll now move into some of the key features of the BGE Curriculum Review and point out some of the things that you should be considering. But I think the first question has to be, what is it that a good curriculum is intended to do? And the first answer to that question is that it should enable a young person to move into a positive destination when they're ready to leave school, either into employment or further or higher education. Now this graph shows the percentage of school leavers either at the end of S4, S5 or S6 as they move into a positive destination. The green line representing the data for Scotland, the blue line representing Falkirk, and the red line is Larbert High. And what you can see is overall an upward trend, but consistently performing above both the Falkirk average and the Scottish average. And that's a good sign that shows our curriculum is working. And the second answer to that question is that a good curriculum should make sure that a young person has the opportunity to achieve and leave school with a really good set of qualifications. Now this graph shows the percentage of our young people in S5 who are gaining qualifications at level 6. And what you can see here is an upward trend with more of our pupils achieving level 6 qualifications. So all of this means that our curriculum and what we're offering is providing us with very high levels of positive destinations and very high levels of attainment. And whilst I've spoken about level 6 qualifications there, we absolutely still offer things like National 5s, Highers, Skills for Work courses, NPAs, National Progression Awards, and Foundation Apprenticeships. We even have a high proportion of our young people engaging with Forth Valley colleges as part of our senior phase curriculum. And all of that is a really strong foundation on which to move forward when a young person is ready to leave school. And one of the purposes of a curriculum review is about getting young people to start thinking about who they want to be. Particularly in the senior phase, it might be about whether they want to go to university or college when they're ready to leave. But there's actually lots of different routes into a particular occupation. You don't have to go to university. Great if you do, but is that right for you? It might be, first of all, you want to go to college, and then after a couple of years, university. And in some courses, they actually let you skip first and second year, and you might want to get into modern apprenticeship in a particular sector. It really is about what's right for each and every individual rather than following what the masses are doing. Now, there is an overall plan for our curriculum and lots of thought, consultation and consideration went into this. And it's available on our website if you want to see it in more detail, and it also shows how one year flows into the next in different curricular areas. Anything in green is to do with health and well-being and support, and anything in light yellow is to do with personalisation and choice. And you will see that there are two key features within our curriculum plan. There's lots of health and well-being, lots of support, and lots of personalisation and choice. Obviously, in this session, we're mainly interested in what S2 will look like and some of the decisions that need to be made in the curriculum review. So, our S1 curriculum is planned across 8 curricular areas, of which they each contain a different number of subjects. The numbers beside each curricular area indicate the number of periods allocated to that particular area in S1. Each are planned around the third level experience and outcomes, which you're most likely to be familiar with from primary school. But some of our curricular areas also include fourth level experiences. And the expectation is by the end of the broad general education, all of the third level experiences and outcomes in all the curricular areas have been covered. And our experience at Larbert shows that actually, for most of our young people, they are able to achieve that by the end of S1. So there's a very simple answer to the question, what is a curriculum review? And that is when all pupils make some choices within some curricular areas, and the purpose is to provide personalisation, choice, and allow for depth within those areas. This is also to make sure that our young people are hooked within their learning and subjects and taking forward areas that really interest them. All young people will continue to follow Curriculum for Excellence experiences based around the E's and O's, experiences and outcomes, within a broad general education. Our courses in S1 and S2 and S3 are planned around the experiences and outcomes at third, fourth level and beyond fourth level. And those experiences broadly tie in with the examinations and qualifications from the SQA. So third level is broadly equivalent to National 3 type work. Fourth level is broadly equivalent to National 4 type work. And as part of their daily teaching, just going about their business, teachers will be collecting different types of evidence from each young person. That might be a piece of work that says that young person has achieved a particular level, and we use different types of evidence to collate this through what we call say, write, make and do. A young person might be writing an essay in English, or they might be presenting a topic to the rest of the class in science, or they might be making a model in art, but they just naturally collect that evidence as they go through first, second and third year. Therefore, it should be entirely possible for pupils to gain a National 4 qualification by the end of S3 in subjects that they are studying. And some young people who are performing beyond that will be gathering evidence at National 5 level. However, whatever course or system or exam they are following, it's still Curriculum for Excellence, since it's also planned around the experiences and outcomes. And there are no exams at the end of S3 other than some of our academies. And yes, evidence is collected, but we use that information to help make decisions about the subject or level that a young person may take as they move into senior phase and S4. So we do make sure that all young people in S2 and S3 are following a broad general education and studying subjects from across all 8 of the curricular areas. So this is very much a guided process, and will take you through it step by step. There's an example of this choice sheet available for download on the website, and it'll help you decide which subjects to choose from which curricular areas. Now, taking a closer look at that sheet, you will see that there are core subjects which there are no choices to be made. So all young people will study English, Maths, RME, Health and Wellbeing, which is made up of PE and MESP. Then it will ask you to select a modern language from a choice of French, German, Spanish, a science, a humanity, and a technology. It is our expectation that any academy programme is continued into S2 and S3, so we'll ask you to select that at this point. And there's also a free choice from any of the other subjects that are available on the sheet. Now, our curriculum in S2 and S3 contains a double period of a wider achievement opportunity. They're often called WAOs. And these are planned around the Scottish Skills Survey of Employers and our very own Larbert High Skills Framework. And there's a huge selection of WAOs to choose from, all of which are detailed on our Learner Journeys website. So for example, that might be someone studying leadership through Dance Leaders, MESP through Music Performance, or Enterprise through Mandarin. These are part of our Developing the Young Workforce agenda and are designed to get pupils to start developing and thinking about skills that are required for learning life and work. As I've already mentioned, we have a dedicated website to help with all of this, LHS Learner Journeys, and if you scan the QR code, it will take you directly there. Please go on and have a look because it really does describe everything, all the choices and all the courses that we offer as young people move from S1 into S2. And there's lots of information on there about choosing a course as well as pupil profiles, which tell you about curricular journeys and choices that some of our young people have made previously. So, all of our young people will receive a one-to-one curriculum conversation or curriculum review conversation with their pupil support teacher or member of the year team. There's lots of information on the Learner Journeys website, but our pupil support staff are there to provide advice and support through this entire process. If you need any more information, please tweet or email us, and don't forget that you can access our careers advisors from Skills Development Scotland. Now remember, our curriculum is very flexible and changes can be made each step of the way, but we'd rather try and set things off in the right direction at this moment in time. Remember, this is about challenge, enjoyment and motivation within a broad general education. So that's it from me. I hope you find this information about curriculum review and the process really useful. We know, and as I said at the beginning, it can be a daunting process, especially if you're going through it for the first time, but we really are here to help and support you. And we hope that you find the curriculum review information fair really helpful. If there are any further questions that you'd like to ask beyond that, or for any information you need, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thank you very much.